The housing market is being transformed yet again in Florida when it relates to condos. And you're really going to need to be aware of this because it's going to have major financial consequences for many condo owners and also those interested in purchasing a condo. In a nutshell, condo fees are going to go up, and in some cases dramatically so. And that's really what this video is about. Before we get started, my name is Katrin Fitzgerald. I'm a real estate agent in Sarasota, Lakewood Ranch, Bradenton, and Venice. If you're looking to purchase or sell in the area, I would love to team up with you. Call me, email me anytime. I love hearing from all of you. And let's get right into this video. So let's first define what a condo is and then differentiate it from a townhouse, which is somewhat confusing to a lot of people, right? So the best way to think of a condo is apartment living. There's going to be some exceptions to the rule, there always is, but typically you own everything inside of the unit and the space within the walls. But outside the unit is the common area, which is usually owned by the collective residents. Now, each unit owner will pay an HOA fee to a homeowners association, which will cover maintenance and insurance for anything outside of the unit. HOA fees typically include the building maintenance, ground, common area, landscaping, any amenities such as a swimming pool, tennis courts, and fitness classes, and so forth. Some condos can also be large residential complexes, but regardless of the type of unit, the principle is going to be the same. You own and have exclusive rights to your unit, but really nothing around it. Townhouses are usually attached to each other, and an individual owns the interior and the exterior of the home, as well as the property that it sits on. And because of that, the homeowner is responsible for the inside and the outside maintenance of the property. Now, townhouses typically also have an HOA association, so they pay HOA fees, which may or may not include the maintenance of the exterior of the home. 1/3 of all homes that got sold here in Florida in 2022, those were condos and townhouses. And up until now, the condo market especially has been really resilient to the real estate slowdown, more so than the single family homes market when it comes to prices. I foresee this changing in the future. Last year, a lot of buyers looked to purchase a condo instead of a single family home because it is more affordable and there's usually less maintenance that is involved with a condo. So it can be a really alluring value proposition. Now we're going to look at a quick price comparison. Per FloridaRealtors.org data, the median price in 2022 for a condo and townhouses in Florida came in at estimated $307,000 versus $403,000 for a single family home. So there's almost $100,000 difference here. So essentially a condo is 25% less, almost 25% less than a single family home. No wonder more and more people have been interested in purchasing a condo because it's an easier way to getting into the Florida market. Now, unfortunately, the data that's available does not separate condos and townhouses from each other, but I think nevertheless, it's still going to provide you with a directional idea of prices for condos versus single family homes. Condo fees are going to be going up for so many reasons.
Oh no.
Let's talk about the Surfside Bill first. The Surfside Bill, also known as the Senate Bill 4D, was passed in May of 2022 in response to the 2021 collapse of the Champlain Towers South in Surfside in Miami, which killed 98 people. The incident was absolutely horrific, and according to many experts, it was also a situation that could have been prevented if the necessary repairs have been undertaken in the building. So the Surfside Bill was put into place to make sure that these types of situations or incidences never happen again in the future by ensuring that necessary repairs are done on Florida condominiums and cooperative associations covered within the scope of the bill. In a nutshell then, the Surfside Bill requires that condominium associations have sufficient reserves to pay for major repairs in the future if needed, and that they conduct a study of the reserves every 10 years. Condominium associations also have to provide inspection reports to owners, and the necessary repair work must begin within a year of the report. I'm going to get a little bit more detailed here. I'm going to read the language in order to make sure that I get it correctly. The requirements are for condominium and cooperative association buildings of 3 or more stories in height to have a milestone inspection of the building's structural integrity by an architect or engineer when the building reaches 30 years of age, and then every 10 years thereafter, or if the building is 25 years of age, and every 10 years thereafter if the building is located within 3 miles of a coastline. If a milestone inspection is required and the building certificate of occupancy was issued on or before July 1, 1992, the building's initial milestone inspection needs to be performed before December 31, 2024. So why is it so important that you're aware of this bill? Well, of course, if you're looking to purchase a condo that's in a 3-story or higher building, you really need to know what costs you're going to be facing with in the future in order to help you decide whether that purchase actually makes sense. And if you're not in the market for a condo, I still think you need to know about this because it's going to have a really significant impact in the real estate market here in Florida. Let's discuss some of the costs that are going to come down the pipeline. So for one, the association is going to need to pay the costs associated with the Surfside Bill's mandate for the milestone structural inspections, and that could be very costly. Also, in the past, the minimum reserve requirement was for such things as the pavement, the roof, paint, and other capital items. Now, it's very possible that a lot of the older condos especially won't have enough money in the reserve in order to pay for any fixes that need to be done after doing the inspections, after doing the studies. So then to get the reserve fund to the level it needs to be, associations are going to likely pass special assessments and high HOA fees to condo and co-op owners in order to collect the money needed to fill up the reserve and pay for the repairs in the future.
Ouch.
There are so many more details when it comes to this bill, and it's always a good idea to engage your local realtor to help you navigate this new condo landscape. And I actually also think it might even make sense to consider the insights of a lawyer, maybe just get an hour of their time and kind of speak through this. Now, it is so important to keep this in mind. If you're looking to purchase a condo or even a co-op, prior to making an offer, find out and review the following information. You're going to want to know the building's age. You're going to want to ask the seller to provide you with any known assessments, and they need to provide you that. Now, it's the buyer's agent to verify those with the HOA. Request to see meeting minutes and the agenda to see what has been discussed in the past and agreed upon in the future. I would also ask for the articles, the bylaws, the rules, the regulations, the financials of the building, the declaration of condo, and of course review all of those very carefully before you decide to purchase. Okay, now having said that, we're going to shift gears a little bit. We're going to talk about another dreaded subject matter, which is the home insurance crisis that we're all dealing with here as homeowners in Florida. And I talked about this in one of my other videos. My personal experience with homeowners insurance costs is that it literally has doubled for me in 2 years' time, and I pay now about $5,000 to insure my single family home. Now, there's a few reasons why our insurance costs have gone up, especially over the last few years. Some of it has to do with the fact that we've had quite a few natural disasters that have been destructive in different locations around Florida. There's also fraud going on in the home insurance world, especially when it relates to roof fraud. And a lot of companies who are in the home insurance market have actually left Florida because to them it just wasn't worth it staying here. They just weren't making money. And some of them actually even went bankrupt. Condo owners aren't excluded from this. So condo owners are going to be impacted as well with the home insurance crisis that we're all dealing with. Now, condo owners, in many cases, are going to be hit twice when it comes to the home insurance prices. So generally speaking, the condo association insures the building and all the common elements under an insurance policy, which is typically called the master policy. In general, the master policy covers all the major elements outside of an owner's unit, such as the flooring, the roof, the elevators, and the common areas. It would also cover damage to the exterior of the property caused by natural disasters and medical and legal bills associated with liability claims in these areas, in these common areas. More specifically, in most cases, these policies end at the beginning of the unit's entryway threshold. So meaning the master policy covers everything outside of the walls. The items associated with an individual unit are not covered. Because the master policy does not cover an owner's unit specifically, a unit owner really should have their own insurance policy for the unit, which is designated as an H06 policy. H06 policy covers the unit, the contents inside, personal liability, and coverage for any additional living expenses if the unit becomes unlivable. So for example, if the water is leaking into a unit from one of the neighbors above or maybe even next door due to the neighbor's neglect to fix a known issue, then the master policy would likely not cover the situation, but hopefully the HO6 would in this case. Condo premiums have already gone up, especially in 2022, as you can see from this headline here, which was actually before Hurricane Ian hit last year. And so since the hurricane brushed through here, we can expect premiums to go up yet again. You know, they're saying 40%, 100%. It really will depend on the building, the location, the building's age. And so the cost increases are going to be passed on to condo owners who are also going to be needing to navigate their own personal home insurance premium cost increases. And so it really is a double whammy in a lot of cases. Here's what I want to leave you with. Purchasing a condo in Florida can be a great way to break into the Florida market, maybe reduce your real estate costs, and also for some people it really is a matter of not wanting to deal with lots of property. Condos are just in general much easier to keep up, and so I think condos are a great opportunity to invest here in Florida as long as you have all the information available to you to make the best decision for you. And the point of this video is really to provide you with content, with information to think through so that you can be much more critical in your decision-making process when you move ahead with a condo purchase. Now do me a favor, if you enjoyed this video, if you learned something new, please like this video. It does help out the video's performance, the channel's performance. If you haven't subscribed yet and you like this channel, please subscribe. Now, if you're looking to purchase or sell in the area I work in, which is in Sarasota, Bradenton, Venice, and Lakewood Ranch, I would love to team up with you. You can call me, email me anytime. And thank you so much for watching, especially until the very end. I always appreciate when you guys do. Take care.